weights of all time. No longer in the shadow of the Ian Machado Garry. It's remarkable the body of work he has put forth in the Octagon this way.
It's so hard to beat Islam Makhachev because the expectation was on him from day one to be great. He's done it time and time again. He's exceeded the expectation. And that's because he has all the skills. Great wrestling. Great striking. The man can do it all inside the octagon. That is why.
And of course, the late great Machado Garry, not here, but front of mind for all of these weights of all time. No longer in the shadow of the Ian Machado Garry. It's remarkable the body of work he has put forth in the Octagon this way.
It's so hard to beat Islam Makhachev because the expectation was on him from day one to be great. He's done it time and time again. He's exceeded the expectation. And that's because he has all the skills. Great wrestling. Great striking. The man can do it all inside the octagon. That is why.
And of course, the late great Machado Garry, not here, but front of mind for all of these athletes and because your team. Islam Makhachev steps inside the Octagon. He is ready to fight. Tonight with a chance, DC, not only to defend this belt for a third time, but to do something that his mentor and brother Khabib Nurmagomedov never did, which is to say win a 14th fight inside the Octagon.
Yeah, win 14 fights inside the Octagon and like 13 in a row. He is quickly becoming one of the guys to be considered the greatest lightweight of all time. He has all the skills. He's a tremendous wrestler, tremendous grappler, but it's his striking that I think separates him from most. He's a really high-level striker, and a guy that carries a ton of confidence. I remember being in the gym with this kid from the very first day, and it always felt like an eventuality.
I'm up on the stage, Tracy Island, time traveling diamond, couldn't shoot heartache.
And it's an entrance that's becoming almost iconic here at Cage Warriors. Ian Garry walking out to the Arctic Monkeys, are you mine? And I think that's a question that he asks himself every time he looks at the picture of the Cage Warriors welterweight titles. I mean, if you believe everything that Ian Garry says, that belt's practically his already. Dan, is there any chance that this young man is overconfident, if anything?
Well, it's always a possibility, but you know, you don't get very far with a lack of confidence in this sport. And you know, when it comes to throwing punches, you need confidence to commit to those things. And Rustam Akman, you've got to bear in mind, he's coming off 2 losses. He's been released from the UFC. That's not going to do wonders for his confidence. He's stepping in there against an undefeated fighter that's coming in with all of this confidence oozing out of him. I mean, that alone will put pressure on Rustam Akman because he knows he has to perform tonight. Gary's expected to perform.
Well, we've seen him be nothing but successful here on Cage Warriors in recent years. Put together a phenomenal record, and the wins just get...
Tonight, the entire UFC world is focused on Philadelphia as one of the most anticipated matchups of the year has finally arrived. Islam Makhachev and Ian Machado Garry are set to collide in the main event of UFC 330.
My official prediction, Ian Garry is going to knock Islam out. The height is a real thing, and Ian Garry's got it. And there's something that Islam has seen that concerns him about the takedown. There's something within Ian Garry that concerns Islam, period. I think it's simply, how do I get to a guy that's this long and moves this much? Islam believes Ian Garry is more dangerous than Ilia Topuria. That's a huge compliment. Ian Garry by knockout. I would not wage a round, though I think it's going to be 4. This is just the smartest guy you know sharing an expert opinion.
And this is far more than a standard championship bout. It is a collision of 2 contrasting styles, 2 very different personalities, and 2 fighters who both believe they have what it takes to shape the future of the UFC welterweight division.
Brother, why did you say shut up to Ian earlier?
Bro, honestly, I don't hear nothing there, and I don't understand what he said. That's why the crowd, they all go crazy. That's why I don't hear, bro.
So it was no disrespect. It was just you.
It's no disrespect. It's okay, bro.
Islam Makhachev steps into this matchup as the reigning UFC Welterweight Champion, carrying one of the most impressive winning streaks of the modern era. On the other side stands Ian Machado Garry, a determined challenger looking to stun the MMA world and capture the first UFC championship of his career.
What's your name? Leo. Say hello. Say best of health tonight, and say he can't wait to see you tomorrow. Okay? Yeah. Thank you. We appreciate that. Thank you, guys.
The fight takes place tonight, August 15th, 2026, inside Philadelphia's Xfinity Mobile Arena. Both fighters have successfully made the 170-pound championship limit, meaning there are no hurdles remaining between them and one of the biggest fights of their careers.
I would trust Islam as world champion. I would trust him as next opponent. I would trust that he has sat down and watched this. He said he was very familiar with Ian Garry. Said we watch him all the time. Ian Garry runs the whole time? Really? I had not noticed that. And it's a very interesting detail if he does. Now make sure, if you're talking about Ian Garry does a good job of moving, yes, he moves the whole time. But they didn't say moving, they said running, and running specifically, when we use it as a vernacular in this space, means he goes backwards. He's running from you.
For Islam Makhachev, this matchup means far more than another routine title defense. He has already established himself as one of the defining fighters of his generation, spending years demonstrating how his blend of wrestling, grappling, positional control, submission skills, developing striking and tactical intelligence can break down elite opponents. After dominating the lightweight division and making a move up to welterweight, Makhachev now finds himself competing in a completely different physical environment.
Big welterweight title fight there. A lot of debate. We were even debating it in here as you were walking in, where Islam stands if he wins. Obviously, he's got to get past Ian first, but there's a lot of discussion like, is this enough to be the greatest of all time? Are you looking at this as this is his moment to be the GOAT?
I don't think about that stuff until the fight happens. I mean, when we see his performance on Saturday, let's see how it plays out. But obviously, breaking the record, you know, you keep grinding, you keep fighting, put your head down, just keep, you know, fucking knocking guys down left and right. And then by the time you say, you know what, I'm done, then we all figure out where he ends up in the big picture. But he's on the right path, that's for sure.
At 170 pounds, Makhachev is now dealing with opponents who are naturally bigger, longer, and potentially stronger than many of the fighters he encountered earlier in his career. Instead of seeing that as a disadvantage, however, Makhachev has fully embraced the welterweight division. His move up has become one of the major storylines surrounding UFC 330, and now he has a chance to demonstrate that his style can remain just as effective against larger athletes. But standing opposite him is Ian Machado Garry, and the Irish challenger brings a completely different set of problems. Garry is considerably taller than Makhachev and owns a longer reach, giving him physical advantages that could make this matchup extremely complicated for the champion. Official measurements list Garry at approximately 1.91 meters tall, with a 1.89 meter reach, compared with Makhachev at roughly 1.78 meters and a 1.79 meter reach. That gives Garry around a 5-inch height advantage and approximately 4 inches in reach, immediately creating one major question before the opening bell. Can Makhachev get inside without absorbing significant damage? That question could become one of the defining factors of the entire contest. Garry is dangerous when operating from long range because his size and reach allow him to control the distance and force opponents to navigate through his striking before they can get close. Makhachev, meanwhile, becomes most dangerous when he can transform a fight into a physical battle involving positioning, balance, pressure, and control. Once Islam gets his hands on an opponent and begins linking the different parts of his grappling system together, the complexion of a fight can change almost immediately. A successful entry can lead to a takedown. That takedown can develop into positional dominance, and from there Makhachev can create opportunities for ground and pound or submission attempts. That is why Garry cannot focus on defending just one specific technique. Against a fighter like Makhachev, one defensive reaction can naturally create another opening for the champion to attack. And that brings us to another fascinating element of this matchup, the mental battle. During the UFC 330 press conference, Makhachev appeared extremely confident in his evaluation of Garry, showing little interest in portraying the challenger as someone usually dangerous or unpredictable opponent. Islam acknowledged Garry's abilities, but did not appear intimidated by his striking, wrestling, or jiu-jitsu. That level of confidence is significant because Makhachev has spent years facing elite competition while maintaining an impressive level of composure under pressure. Garry, however, has developed his own identity around confidence. He firmly believes that his combination of skill, physical advantages, preparation, and fight intelligence can create problems that Makhachev has never encountered before. There is also an interesting contrast in their physical preparation heading into this fight. Reports surrounding UFC 330 have highlighted Makhachev's efforts to add muscle as he transitioned into the welterweight division, with reports suggesting that he added around 5 kilograms during the move. Garry, meanwhile, has spoken about his vegan diet and how he believes it contributes to his recovery, health, and overall preparation. Those details may seem less important than wrestling, grappling, or striking, but when two elite athletes meet in a championship fight, physical preparation can become increasingly important as the later round begins.